They're going to boot us. Welcome everyone to Sysco Canada's virtual kitchen. I was laughing because I was worried we're going to get booted, but we have a great day. We have a great show today with Chef Amy from HSI. Welcome, Amy. We're going to be talking plant-based. What are we tackling today?
Thank you. We're going to be talking about plant-based proteins today, Jay.
Plant-based proteins.
Yes,
that is correct. It's huge out there in the marketplace right now, right?
It is massive. It is massive, and it's growing for good reason, for a variety of different reasons. Sustainability, animals, obviously, and health as well, for sure.
Awesome. Well, we'll be right back after this message with Chef Amy.
Amazing. I love that. That little intro every time.
Yeah, that was our producer Katie's work.
Well done, Katie. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Katie. Awesome. So Amy, over to you. Let's get right into this. Let's tackle some plant-based proteins.
Amazing. Okay, so welcome to my humble kitchen. So I'm Chef Amy Symington. For those of you who haven't met me before, I am the culinary specialist for HSI Canada. I'm part of their Forward Food program. So we provide services to large food operations all across Canada. Culinary demonstrations, recipe development, menu development, just basically trying to cram plant-based ingredients and recipes onto menus. In addition to that, I'm also a cookbook author of the Long Table Cookbook, Plant-Based Recipes for Optimal Health. All large quantity recipes. I'm biased, but they're tasty. And all of my author proceeds go to support a not-for-profit cancer organization that I work for here in Toronto. That's it. So welcome, and we're going to be talking about all things plant-based proteins today.
Awesome. So Amy, before we get started, we got to tell people to make sure you subscribe and follow the SVK network. We're always live every week. I always forget to do that at the beginning. I do it at the end. I'm supposed to do it at the beginning, so my apologies. But Amy, can you also mention how HSI, the Forward Food program, really help restaurants? I love what you guys do.
So HSI Canada provides, training for chefs. So as I said, I do culinary demonstrations, workshops, recipe development, menu development. We're just basically here for support. And the best part about our programming is that it is all free. Yeah, it's a great place to work.
Which is outstanding. It helps restaurants big time, because I don't even know, other than maybe going on Google and things like that, where do you start by introducing plant-based options on your menu? If you've ever had it, where do you put it on a menu? How do you sell it? Right?
Exactly. And we help with all of that. So that's, So I think we're going to be putting some links in underneath coming up soon. So you can check out the website and check out all the things that we do. It's an amazing team. I always say that's my favorite place to work. It's
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop interrupting, let you get into it.
No, it's perfect. Okay, so plant-based proteins. It's the first most common myth about plant-based diets is that they don't get enough protein. So just to give you kind of the Coles Notes version of different types of proteins that you can consume on a plant-based diet. Soy foods, legumes, nuts, seeds, seitan, and whole grains are all good sources of plant-based protein. Soy foods, we're talking tofu, tempeh, miso, edamame, meat analogs, legumes, chickpeas, lentils, black beans, pinto beans, cannellini beans, kidney beans, the list goes on and on and on. Nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, cashews, hemp seeds, chia seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. Again, the list goes on and on. And one other common myth is that we need, excessive amounts of protein every day. And that's just not true. So protein requirements, generally speaking, you take your weight in kilograms, and for every kilogram of body weight, you need 1 gram of protein. So if you're a 60 kilogram person, you only need 60 grams of protein per day.
Really?
And I can give you some examples as I go, just so you can kind of assess what that looks like in terms of food. But it's really not a lot, and it's very, very, very easy to get your protein
So
needs met on plant-based diet.
Amy, is there so that myth out there right now that people won't get enough protein through a plant-based diet? That's like that's not right, right?
It's gone. Yeah, it's slowly becoming more mainstream and known that that's just not the case. And then another myth is that plant-based proteins don't contain enough amino acids, which are kind of the building blocks of life, and that's just not true. So there are complete proteins that we can consume that contain all 9 essential amino acids that our body requires. They don't make them, so we need to consume them through dietary means. So things like, again, tofu, tempeh, all soy products are complete proteins, chia seeds, hemp seeds, buckwheat, quinoa.
I have heard amazing stuff about buckwheat.
You
right?
have
I really not that I have.
Okay.
I heard it's because it's really renewable. It's really renewable. It's sustainable, easy to grow.
That's another great thing about plant-based proteins too. They are more sustainable. They use less land. They use less water.
Less water. Yeah, water.
Yeah, which are all big ones too. Okay, that's your little crash course in plant-based proteins.
Well, I'll have more questions. Don't worry, I'll have more questions.
Of course. And I think we have some fun facts too that we're going to share as well.
Yeah, we got Katie on the fun facts. I gotta watch saying that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. So in terms of what I'm making today, I'm going to show you how to make some carrot lox with a sunflower herbed cream cheese, and we'll talk about some onions.
Wow.
Yeah, I find a lot of operations generally can't use nuts. If it's in a school or sometimes a hospital. So we're going to try some seeds. Then I'm going to show you how to make a bechamel cashew kind of cream sauce with some smoky sweet tempeh bacon. So we'll be using some tempeh today, as well as some other plant-based sources of protein. And I'm gonna, as I said, I'll go over all the goods as I'm cooking. Okay, so if we want to turn it over to the chef's kitchen camera, that would be super duper. There we are. Ba-bam. Okay, so here is the carrot lox. So what I have here,
that's carrot lox. What's a carrot lox?
Yeah, it's just a carrot. It's just a carrot. And what I've done with these is I've just taken a peeler and I've just made ribbons. You can use a mandolin, whatever, as long as they're relatively consistent and thin. And then we'll just plop that into the bowl with a bunch of seasonings. Now, I will say carrots are obviously not a high source of protein, but we're going to be coupling it with the sunflower cream cheese and a whole grain bagel, which are good sources of plant-based protein. So we'll take
Amy, I'm also going to shout out to everyone that's watching today. We see people coming and going and things like that. You can ask Amy any question about plant-based foods. She's also, are you officially a PhD?
Not yet. Oh, thanks for remembering. I'm currently doing my PhD at UT in nutritional sciences, but not yet.
So she knows everything. She knows everything about food. She's a genius.
I know quite a bit, but yeah.
So you can ask any questions about plant-based. So send those across. Katie's going to probably interact with you a little bit on the comment section of the show, but send it across, ask questions, find out.
Yeah,
this is the time to do it, right? So
I love
awesome stuff.
Cool.
Sorry. Lox, back to the lox.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so we're gonna flavor the lox now. I should say carrots are generally more sustainable, so that's one.
But you didn't soak them or anything. You just shaved them.
I just shaved them thin, and I'm adding a little bit of grapeseed oil, so an oil that has a higher smoke point. A little bit of I just have soy sauce here that I'm adding, and then about a half teaspoon of salt, and then I'm adding some dulse flakes.
Okay, you say that slowly.
Dulse.
Okay.
Flakes will top them. Then it's just seaweed essentially. You can use kelp as well, and that gives it a fishy flavor. I like adding the dulse into things like chowders and stuff. Again, gives that fishy flavor. And then I'm just gonna add a few shots of this liquid smoke. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. You could use like a smoked paprika. That would work as well, but it would change the color, of course. And then we'll just give this guy a stir. Make sure everything's well coated, and then I will pop it in this pan, and then we'll put it in the oven. So 400 degrees for about 18 to 20 minutes. You want to make sure that when you're layering or when you're adding it to the pan that they're not over top of each other, that they're relatively flat.
Now for restaurants, we could do a big batch of this, right? In a restaurant format.
Yeah.
This would be
And
great. Like I always look at these things. I got to jump in here, and I love this now that Katie's producing today's show because I can talk now, Katie. Anyways, I want to ask this question because when you think about this in restaurants, is that we look at ways to increase value or consumer experience within the menu items, and I see so many times the old veg, the broccoli veg, you know, and a couple of peas on it, you know, the old you throw in the water and it sits there all day, and then you put it on the plate. If you do this little bit of extra work to a carrot, it increases the plate price so easily with really doing a few extra steps, a few extra ingredients, right? Those things really elevate those prices. I mean, the prices on your menu, which we do need to look at increasing. Obviously, we're all seeing the food inflation price, but doing that a little bit there, that huge. And it looks beautiful. It creates that experience.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, you're definitely getting some cost added value to using the carrots. So here, if you want to again send it over to the chef's kitchen camera, you can see the finished product. By the magic of television, I've created the locks already. So we've already.
Oh, I think we lost it, Katie. I think we lost the other camera.
That's okay.
That's okay. Whoa, look at that. You were worried there. Awesome. So those are great.
Yeah, you can make it ahead of time. Okay, I'm going to move on to the sunflower seed cream cheese now.
Okay, so that would look great on a plate. Now you're going to add cream cheese on top of it, right?
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I did my homework.
Well, I'm going to show you how to make the cream cheese.
You're making cream cheese?
Yes, right now.
From scratch.
It's coming. It's happening.
You're literally making cream cheese from scratch.
Out of sunflower seeds.
Out of sunflower seeds.
That's right. Okay, so I've got my Vitamix. Any old blender will do.
Or the most expensive one.
Yeah. I mean, Vitamix is fine. Yeah, any old blender will do. Vitamix is fine. A high-powered blender would be great, especially if you're working in a kitchen. But and then I've soaked these not cashews. You could use cashews. I'm using sunflower seeds. Soak the sunflower seeds for about a half hour in hot water.
Okay. Why do you have to soak seeds, Amy?
You don't have to.
You don't?
Yeah. So yeah, if you if a recipe says like soak overnight, I just say no. And I'll use hot water instead.
There's like 10 generations just like probably texting us right now. They're like, really?
No,
you don't have to do that.
You can use hot water or boil your cashews. That's totally fine. Okay, I'm going to pop that in.
Love it.
All right. And when
You're making cream cheese from cut nuts, right? I think I'm blown away here.
These ones are seeds. You could use cashews.
Seeds.
Cashews would be nice. Okay, and then I'm going to plop in some water. Just about, I don't know, half cup to a cup. I'm going to hold back on it a little bit. And then I'm going to add a big pinch of salt.
Lots of salt?
Yeah, that was a big pinch. Yep. And yeah, you want it to be flavorful. And these were unsalted sunflower seeds. So. But
you could do salted sunflower.
You could, yeah, you definitely could. I would recommend not using roasted though, because it will change the color. But what if you have roasted?
Okay.
And then because I'm not using cashews, which tend to be a little bit fattier, I am going to add a little bit of olive oil to it.
Olive oil?
Yeah. But if you use cashews, you don't need to add any additional fat.
And olive oil is okay with plant-based. There's no concerns.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. The more olive.
Is there any oils that people should avoid for plant-based recipes?
No. Yeah, as long as it's plant-based, it's all good. If it didn't come from an animal, it's cool. Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, and now I'm going to add a little bit of lemon. So I'm going to add some lemon zest using my handy-dandy.
That is the yellowest lemon, by the way, I've ever seen.
It's really pretty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are we going to try to get that other camera up?
Yeah, let's do it if we can.
Let's do it. Yeah. I think you have to push your side of the button.
Do I?
Yeah. Katie, do you want to break to a commercial while Amy finds the camera button?
I have the camera. It's on.
Awesome. We'll be right back, folks, after this quick message about what makes Sysco different. There's a ton. Check it out.
Our table is set, and we have a seat just for you. At Sysco, we love what we do, and that is delivering success for our customers through industry-leading people, products and solutions. Our team is the difference between good customer relationships and great ones. Your dedicated sales consultant is here to help you grow your business. They will connect you with the products, solutions, and insights you need to grow your profits, streamline your operations, and market your business. They'll offer you customized consultations with our chefs and industry specialists to answer your questions and inspire you. Our specialists can help with protein, fresh local produce, takeout and delivery solutions, and more. And if you simply need someone to answer a quick question, our Customer Connect team is just a phone call or chat message away. Sysco is at the heart of food and service and connecting the world to share food and care for one another. Join us for a seat at the table. Visit sysco.ca to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sysco's Virtual Kitchen with Chef Amy.
Yes.
There we go. We got the other camera up. We got the chef cam.
Amazing. I think my camera
Chef cam. Chef cam.
Okay. And so I've got the lemon juice in there, and then the a little bit of black pepper, and then we're gonna blend it till smooth. So again, sunflowers are a great source of protein. Not a complete protein, but that's okay. You don't need to eat your proteins, you know. You don't need to have your beans and rice at the same time to have a complete protein. As long as you're getting a wide variety of different plant-based proteins throughout the day, you're good. Okay.
Is there a better time?
No.
To consume? There's no time. You can have it in the breakfast, lunch, dinner, all day.
Generally,
what about snacking at night? What about night snacks?
That's fine. That's
Is
okay.
it?
Yeah, it is okay. As long as you know whatever as long as you're eating throughout the day, and I always recommend having a little bit of protein at every meal, just to keep you satiated and full, and keep your blood sugar levels even, Steven. It's totally fine as long as you're not just eating like large amounts right before you go to bed.
Yeah, eat, Katie.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves for just a moment.
All right, we're gonna mute Amy while she blends the cream cheese. But everyone else, you know what? A few things I just want to go over. We have Influencer Friday show tomorrow. We're tackling Sysco's branded feta cheese. We're going to be reviewing it live. It's our product review show that we do on Fridays. Also next week, we have Sysco's virtual golf show coming up. The Ingredients series. It's our virtual food shows that are across Canada. We've got 16 vendors. We've got Advantage partners joining us. It's a huge show. We want everyone to be there to really check it out. All great ideas. We're not going to be just deep frying the greasy stuff that you typically see in golf courses. We're going to be showing you healthy alternatives and great ideas to help really, cater to that millennial in golf courses that is looking for maybe a healthier option opposed to, the old greasy wings and stuff. So that's next Wednesday. It's all day. Matt Rolfe is actually doing a presentation about golf courses. He's incredible. He's at 9 a.m. on Wednesday Eastern time. And then we have a food show all day, Amy. I don't know if you know this, but next week is food show day.
All day.
Wednesday. All day. And I'm doing live commercials. Live 1930s commercials.
Oh, that sounds incredible. I love the 1930s. That's one of my favorite eras.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the 1920s too. I'm into that as well.
Really? You like the 20s? I'm a 40s guy.
Yeah? Oh.
Yeah, just before the wars stuff. I like that gangster kind of thing.
Into it. You seem like you keep gangster.
I'm not going to tell everyone. Be like, oh, I don't want to tell you the relationship with Al Capone and my grandpa. We won't go there, but one day I'll tell you that.
One day.
Yeah.
That'll be a whole nother podcast.
Exactly. That's late night with Jay.
Okay, cool. So we've got the
so that is cream cheese. You just made that.
Yeah, it's true. I did, and it's delicious. Very lemony, a little bit of pepper. You can add some herbs in here if you like. I'm just going to use the straight up cream cheese for now.
Can you go through the ingredients one more time? Because I'm going to make that tonight.
Yeah, it's okay. You can use sunflower seeds or cashews.
Okay.
Lemon zest, lemon juice, salt, pepper, a little bit of oil, and water, and that's it.
Okay, what made it white?
It's the sunflower seeds. So you want to make sure that they're not roasted. If they're roasted, it'll be a little bit yellow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that you just Okay, and then we look at the cost. That's going to cost you next to nothing compared
Yeah.
to cream cheese nowadays. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's going up. So this is a great alternative. I'm sure it's very flavorful, but unbelievable. I'm blown away. I'm making that
Yay,
tonight.
what?
Katie, I'm making that tonight.
Great. Amazing. Okay, and then you can put whatever you want, you know, in terms of toppings. I've got some pickled onions here.
See, I like smoked salmon, but apparently it's not plant-based.
For sure.
Yeah, we can't say that.
The smoked carrots. So we've got our carrot locks here.
Oh, no way.
So we'll do this. Put those on.
I can see why you got a cookbook, Amy.
Thanks, Jay. That's what a nice compliment.
I can see why.
And then
I can see why I don't.
That's not true. I love your music and food idea. I think that is genius.
Yeah, it's we got lots in the works. Don't worry.
Okay. And then we've got our pickled onions. Yum. You could do capers on here. You could do some dill and some cilantro. You could do cucumber.
You could do plant-based salmon or seaweed or seafood. I've seen it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, didn't we reviewed it the other day? Swell. The last time you were on. It was really cool.
Okay, and dill, of course. You can't.
Oh yeah. Oh. That smell. I bet you it smells good, eh?
It's so fresh and also a little bit, fishy.
Amy, you're gonna have to take a bite for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I'm not an elegant eater, but I will do it for you.
You gotta zoom in on this too. Okay. There you go. Look at that. So cream. Okay, let's just go through this again. This is a plant-based. Bagels plant-based. Right? Cream cheese is plant-based. The lox, also known as carrots.
Yeah.
It's plant-based. Yeah. Unbelievable. Now, when you look at that, what would you pay for that in a restaurant? What do you think, Amy?
Oh my goodness. Anywhere, I'd say like $10 to $15, depending on the place, right?
Yep.
Depending on the ingredients.
I go $12.99 or 12, 13.
For sure.
13 easily. 13, right? Easily.
Yeah.
Huge profit margin in there.
I should mention bagels generally are vegan or plant-based. A lot of bagels do use an egg wash. That would be the only thing. These ones don't have an egg wash. So
good point. I was going to actually ask that. Wow.
I'll take a little bite and then we'll move on to the next recipe.
All right, one bite. There we go. We're going to break to a commercial. Amy gets ready, and we'll be right back, folks. And a little bit more about what makes Sysco different right here, SVK Network.
At Lynch Foods, we're passionate about flavor. As a Canadian custom manufacturer, we've been developing high-quality products for our customers for over 80 years. Sauces, dressings, gravy and soup mixes, toppings and syrups for ice cream and milkshakes, all in packaging ranging from individual portions to retail and bulk formats. For food service, healthcare, or as industrial ingredients, our processing expertise, innovation kitchen, and research and development team partner to create and provide solutions. Our excellent customer service, world-class certified food safety standards, and experienced nationwide sales force can support your business locally, be a trusted partner, and inspire endless possibilities.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Sysco's Virtual Kitchen, the plant-based show with Amy, Chef Amy. What are we doing next? What are we tackling next? What is that?
It's tempeh. And it's tempeh from Maple Leaf Foods.
Awesome.
I believe they partnered with Light Life. So it's just regular tempeh strips. And I'm just going to crumble them.
Okay. You're crumbling tempeh strips. Maple Leaf. Light Life.
Yeah.
Owned by Maple Leaf?
Yes. Well, Light Life, I believe it's a partnership.
Or ownership.
Yeah, it could be. You're right. Okay. Any old tempeh you do. If you've never had tempeh before, it's fermented soybeans, which does make it a little easier to digest. As I said, soy, tempeh, miso, edamame are complete proteins, so they're a great source of protein. Now I'm
Nice.
going to add a little bit of grapeseed oil, maple syrup. We're going to make it nice, smoky and sweet,
Oh,
and some smoked paprika,
yeah.
and a little bit of tamari.
Tamari. What's tamari?
Tamari is just like, it's similar to soy sauce.
So it's like a panzu or a ponzu.
Yeah, it's a little bit lower in sodium than soy sauce. That's generally the only difference.
Oh wow.
Okay, and then voila, we're just gonna put it onto a baking sheet and pop it into the oven for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You want to make sure that the liquid has been completely absorbed.
Okay.
And then has like a little bit of kind of crunch to the outside. And again, we'll pop it in the oven, and through the magic of television.
Voila. Look at that. Just like that.
Just like that. You can see that? Like a little bacon crumble almost.
Dude, what do you have underneath that? Is it like a pan saver or something?
Silicone. Yeah, it's just a silicone. You could use parchment paper, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's that. We've got
Okay.
that easy peasy. Again, you could make this in large amounts ahead of time. And it can go on pastas, soups, anything a bacon crumble would go on, you can use this for. Chowders.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so tempeh.
Salads. You could throw it on salads, right?
Yeah, like a Caesar salad or something like that would be super yummy. Really great
Very
option.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Okay, and now I'm going to be making a bechamel sauce. So we're using cashews for this one. Cashews, tofu, nutritional yeast. So just to give you an idea in terms of amounts of protein, a quarter of this this tofu, which is 350 grams, a quarter, which is about 85 grams, is 12 grams of protein. So half of this
12 grams
would be 24. That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And that's complete protein. Again, nutritional yeast, complete protein. 2 tablespoons of this is 8 grams of protein.
Okay, so nutrition yeast. You can get that anywhere, right?
Yeah, Bulk Barn, health food stores. You can get it online. Bob Mills has a
Sysco.
version. Sysco, hopefully at some point, if they don't already. And then cashews. Cashews, for 100 grams of cashews, it's 15 grams of protein.
Really?
Right? Yeah, so we're just going to dump all these. Notice how I'm not soaking these, Jay.
No soaking. Now, do you? Can you eat what nuts should you stay away from? Is there any nuts?
Oh, yum! Eat them all.
Eat them all. Peanuts?
Yeah. Peanuts? Yeah, peanuts are great too. Yep. All the nuts are great. We don't use as much nuts in our stuff because, as I mentioned,
Allergies. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all great sources of protein. Peanuts are actually legumes, even though they're often referred to as nuts. But yeah, use them all up.
Nice. What's that? Garlic?
That was garlic. So 3 cloves of garlic, however much garlic you'd like to add. And then I've got this stuff for my roux. And so then we're going to add a little bit of water.
So cool.
And then we blend it up. Again, I'll get you to talk amongst yourselves.
All right, we'll chat here. So everyone, as Amy blends this stuff up, and I'm excited about it. I just want to talk about next week. Like I said, we have a golf show coming up on Wednesday, virtual golf show. 3 different shows. They're 1 hour apart. The 1 hour shows are really quick. We're going to have so many great ideas for golf courses this summer. It's going to be amazing. Now, on Tuesday, we also have Dishing It Out with Chef Peter. He has 2 chefs coming in there, Chef Jeff from Core Food Service, as well as Chef Jacob from Lynch Foods. They're going to be showing patio ideas, healthy alternatives, and great ideas for your patio to really, as we know, this winter out here is going to be turning to summer, pretty quick, and we're definitely going to need patio ideas. It is definitely going to be a battle for people to go out, and people are going to be just running out there. So we're going to look at great ideas to be giving your guests a great experience as they hit the patio. And then on Thursday, Amy's back with Unilever. Next Thursday, she's going to be cooking up some plant-based and talking about plant-based foods with Unilever Foods. And then I think we're tackling another Influencer Friday on that Friday, but it's a packed week next week. So that's what's happening. Amy's back. What do you blend? What are you blending now? What did you blend?
the cashews. So we've got the bechamel cream sauce going here, and it's all nice and smooth and creamy. Now what we're gonna do over a medium heat is we're gonna make a little bit of a roux. So I've got olive oil, and I've got a little bit of this is whole grain spelt. So again, as I mentioned,
whole grain spelt.
A great source of
spelt.
protein as well. Spelt or whole grain flour, just a whole grain.
Using fancy words on me, lox.
Spelt, I say, is the gateway flour to whole grains.
Okay.
It's good. It's good for you, and it's like.
We're gonna throw some lox on this one. Yeah. Amy might not come back next month.
I would never
Sorry.
do that. Okay. So we're just getting that roux going, and then we're gonna pour in the sauce. So again, this can be made ahead of time. If you're gonna make it far in advance, I'd leave the fresh garlic out. If you're making it in like
it won't separate, Amy. It won't separate.
It won't separate. No. Yeah, and as I said, leave the garlic out. We don't want to give anybody botulism, but you could add it in, right before service if you wanted to, just saute some garlic up, or you could use garlic powder. That would work as well.
Oh, okay.
Add our sauce in, go over top of our roux. And then, so plant-based roux, you would just use things like olive oil, coconut oil, any sort of oil in lieu of butter.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, once this starts to heat up, and we'll add in our pasta, and then we'll plate.
Really?
So we'll just give that a minute, and then I'll top with the bacon crumble. Voila. So, fun facts. This could be our fun fact time while we wait for that to heat up.
Fun facts. Oh, man. Is it going to be trivia?
No, it can be.
Right.
I can make it.
Oh, boy. I want to ask you the questions.
Okay.
No, you can ask. Here we go. Amy, let's go for it.
I'll give you a couple. Okay. Plant-based meats uses up to 99% less land and water than conventional.
99%.
Less. Yeah, land and water, which is a lot if you're looking for sustainability or something that's or a menu option that's more sustainable. This one is just general plant-based foods in general will decrease your risk of chronic diseases. So we're talking cancer, type 2 diabetes, heart disease.
Now, has that been I watched enough Netflix stuff on this to like for many hours, let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Is that true? Is that really fact? Because that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even, it's not brand new science, right? Like when you were a kid, I'm sure your caretaker, your grandma, Uncle Bob, whoever looked after you, told you to eat more fruits and vegetables, and that's just, we heard it.
We heard it growing up, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then we're just throwing in legumes. I mean, if you look at Canada's food guide, half the plate is fruits and veg, a quarter whole grains, and then another quarter protein with a focus on plant-based protein. So all the stuff we've been talking about today. Wow. Yeah. So
that's huge.
Okay, so the sauce is ready here. Turn that down. I'm going to add in some high protein pasta. Whatever you happen to have on hand, use that.
Now, Amy, I've heard this also about plant-based, that we really as a society need to shift more and more of this, because also as the population grows, just feeding everyone is going to be very,
Yeah. Just feeding
Is that right?
Yep. Most definitely it's correct. And then also too, the closer we get in proximity, if we increase animal agriculture, the closer animals will get, which increases the risk of things like zoonotic diseases, right? So that's, diseases that are passed between animals and humans, which is what we obviously, after the last 2 years, want to avoid from happening again, right?
Yeah, I think we got a good lesson there.
Yeah. So, and that's not to say everybody should go vegan or, just including more plant-based stuff in your diet is just encouraged. Okay.
And that's what I've done. I've done that. I tried going strictly plant-based and vegan, and I do like the odd chicken. And but I really went with the flexitarian movement, right? And moved into that model, right? And it really did a huge difference within my lifestyle and just the different things. I feel better, everything.
What are
But
some things that you noticed?
what I noticed?
Yeah.
That's Katie. I'm less cranky.
Less cranky. I love that. More anecdotally, when I first went plant-based like 17, 18 years ago. So I grew up on a beef and dairy farm, just to throw that out there. When I included more plant-based stuff and less processed stuff in my diet, I just had more energy. My skin was clearer. Just was able to maintain a healthy weight much easier. Just very superficial stuff, which was really fun.
Yeah, you know what? I think it is that. I think you get through that. There's a hump of the craving of protein, like meat. You get over that, and it's pretty easy. And there's so much options nowadays. Like Maple Leaf's got the products that we're seeing today. There's so much options out there. There's a truckload of plant-based companies, startups all over that are just growing and growing and growing. And I do know, because when plant-based came out, there was a lot of ingredients in those products that were maybe questionable. They're removing those. They're going to more raw ingredients and they're making things simpler. Look at that.
Yeah, more whole foods plant-based stuff like we've done today, for sure. Very minimal. Very, this is not ultra processed here. We are using some processed foods, but there's a difference between processed and ultra processed, right?
Okay. What's the difference? Tell us quick.
So just not using as much. There's not as much processing that's happening, right?
Was that a really basic question?
Yeah, no, it's good. No, it's very fun, though. So like pasta, when you're making pasta, you're processing the ingredient. That is a process, right?
Yeah. Ultra processed would be super processing food.
Yeah, exactly. And so this guy, we've got, as I said, we've got a high protein pasta. We've got our
high protein pasta. Love it.
We have a bechamel sauce using cashews and tofu and nutritional yeast, all super high in protein. The bacon crumble, the sweet and salty bacon crumble using the tempeh, and then a little bit of fresh micro basil on top. Bob's your uncle.
Awesome ideas, Amy. Once again, blow my mind. I love it's plant-based. It's great for you. Lots of protein in there. We got lox, also known as carrots, are in there. It looks awesome, Amy. I can't thank you enough for joining us today and showing these great ideas. I always love plant-based ideas because I also think that the flavors are more intense. There's more things that we can do. It's like a whole new world open up for different ideas that we can play with food and stuff. I love it.
I agree. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a treat, Jay.
Awesome. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, folks. Tomorrow's Friday, Influencer Fridays. Amy, you got to check out Influencer Fridays. Oh, I got marbles in my mouth today. We are reviewing products, feta cheese tomorrow with Chef Jesse, and our chefs don't get to taste until it's live, and they give a real review of these products. Only thing, no one's doing this in North America at all. So we're doing that tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So thanks again, Amy. Everyone else, check out SVK. We're on all social networks every week. Only food service live streaming network in the North America. And thanks again, Amy, and everyone else. Have a great rest of your day. Let's see the plates on the way out before Katie cuts to the outro.
Yeah.
There we go. Awesome. Thanks again, Amy. Have a great day, everyone.